Hey guys, Zen here, and if you're clamoring to know every little detail and news story about R6, and there's been a lot, then this is the video for you. 7 of the biggest revelations are in this video, with one unmeasurable change that's currently in the works that could mean the end of Rainbow Six Siege, the growth of Rainbow Six Siege, or the entire game being reworked. Seriously, you're not going to want to miss this one. Also, this next R6 game is blowing up, and your chance to get in is right around the corner. And thanks to Vast.gg and First Blood, you guys have a chance at winning a $1,500 custom PC and a piece of a $1,000 prize pool, and all the details are right here in this video. First Blood and myself have teamed up to host the official Zen Rainbow Six Siege Community Series tournament with a prize pool of $1,000, and signups are completely for free. Just click the link at the top of the description and register your 5-man team, and the top 4 teams will take away a cash prize. Feel free to use the comment section of this video to recruit the guys you need, and be ready because it kicks off May 1st starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on PC only. Then there's also a link to the giveaway of a brand new $1,500 PC, complete with the latest 3060 graphics card. Again, entirely for free, thanks to my friends over at Vast.gg. And this is all exclusive to the community right here on this channel. And so guys, get registered for the tournament and claim the grand prize. Enter into the giveaway for a brand new PC and get everyone together for the event to begin this weekend on May 1st. Thanks to First Blood for sponsoring the video and hosting this amazing campaign. Now, let's get into this. So, Rainbow Six Siege is considered one of the most creative shooters of this generation because of its core gameplay and mechanics. There's nothing else like it on the market, and the designers have basically laughed at the prospect of anyone else trying to develop another game like this because it's incredibly complex, and Siege is just a juggernaut all its own. But the overseer of Siege and a portfolio of some of gaming's biggest franchises is Ubisoft, and according to the latest report, multiple companies are studying the Ubisoft business, and this massive publisher is being targeted for yet another industry buyout. This would come right off the heels of Microsoft buying both Bethesda and Activision Blizzard, 2K buying Zynga, and Sony buying Bungie. These deals are huge, and Ubisoft is a mammoth publisher with tons of IP that are popular around the world, but one game I think is affected most, and that's Rainbow Six Siege. Shooters dominate the industry, and a well-known, innovative experience like Rainbow Six Siege is a cash cow for these companies, and in any of the potential buyers' hands, it could change everything about the game. If EA buys Ubi, Siege would likely go free to play, and they'd probably follow the same formula that's worked for Apex Legends. Siege could be exactly what Microsoft needs after the slow rollout of Halo Infinite and the lack of player retention that Infinite has experienced. And in Sony's hands, they could really double down on its operator lore and create a more narrative experience and push the franchise into movies and media, similar to what they're doing with Bungie. Rainbow Six Siege is directly in the middle of an acquisition like this, and what happens to it if it were to ever leave Ubisoft's hands could be a dramatic shift in focus. Now, it should be said that apparently these talks are in the very early stages. No one has made an offer, and it may be that no one ever does. But Ubisoft has diverse and powerful IP that I'm sure plenty of other companies would love to control, and as for Siege, it's one of Ubisoft's biggest successes and adds an immense amount of value to the deal. My question for you guys is simple enough. Would you ever want to see Rainbow Six Siege out of Ubisoft's control? This game is deep, and they've been at it for nearly a decade, but maybe someone else could come in and do it justice. Leave your response in a comment down below. But aim assist, the universal mechanic that pulls your aim in towards an enemy, is a very controversial and debated topic for Rainbow Six Siege. On console especially, because if controller players had even a tiny bit of aim assist, it might help fend off some of those mouse and keyboard warriors that make an uneven playing field. But what if I told you that aim assist is in testing for R6? That's right, Rainbow Six Mobile, the Rainbow Six Siege clone for mobile devices, is testing out aim assist for the upcoming title. And even bigger, one-shot headshot, the famously brutal Siege mechanic, might not be here. There is no other mainstream shooter that honors one-shot headshot, and honestly, it's because it is punishing. One-shot headshot means that no matter the situation, no matter the gun skill really, anyone can get lucky and click your head and take you out. It means that even when you've done everything right and put up your walls, made your rotates, placed your gadgets, or droned out an entire floor, it can all lead to just one bullet negating all of that hard work. And added to that are very high fire rate weapons with recoil that can be controlled easily with a little practice. And what's most important about this news is that aim assist and one-shot headshot cannot live together in harmony. Now, not all aim assist is created equal. For instance, there are some games that instead of pulling your cursor closer to the target, they actually slightly curve bullets so that you're always getting that feedback. And so ultimately, the two shouldn't mix because it throws off the competitive integrity of the game if you allow bullet magnetism to lead into one-shot kills. Now, I am absolutely incredibly hyped for Rainbow Six Mobile, and I think the devs have done a phenomenal job recreating the Siege experience experience. But it'll be very interesting to see how these two mechanics live together. Now, they did a questions and answer segment on YouTube, and in it, they describe a feature called tactical focus. Basically, a lot of mobile shooters have auto fire, and so if an enemy walks into your reticle, your gun will automatically start shooting at them without any player input, and they didn't want that to be a part of the game. And so tactical focus is, well, just hear this.
So what tactical focus is, if I press and hold the ADS button, the aim down scope button, and hold on to it for a couple seconds, kind of the world around me dims down a little bit, and then the sound dampens as well, and my movement really slows. But now I'm really holding my sight line, and you'll see this in Siege. It's what you see a pro player do, and they're got their line. They really expect the player's going to come down this hallway. They've outthought them, and if the player comes, they're going to get the shot.
Essentially, we all know this feeling. You hear the guy coming, your sights are up, and at the slightest change of color, you're taking your shot. In R6 Mobile, you'll engage this tactical focus, and this will all be handled for you. It's accessibility more than anything, and yes, that could mean that the headshot is pulled off artificially, but in a mobile setting, I think it is something to explore. It should also be noted that these more hand-holding mechanics may only be in the casual playlist, and it's possible none of this makes it into ranked. But because this is Siege, there are some critical features that could be carried over into the main game, and one of them is called single round matches. Take a look.
And what I'm actually really addicted to right now is our single round matches, where you're randomly matched up with either attack, just a round of attack, or just a round of a defense. 6 minutes and you're done, basically. And that includes matchmaking, pre-match flow, post-match flow, core gameplay. Really nice, like bite-size sieging. So that feels pretty cool.
So bite-sized Siege. Now, even at its shortest, most of the time you'll have to dedicate 20 minutes or more from ban phase to match end, and for some people, that's a big time investment that a lot of other games don't require. These single round matches could be a way to warm up or be taken all the way and become a quick and sweaty battleground to see which strats and players can take the win in a one and done single round session. Maybe your goal for the day is to spend more time with just one operator and you want to try a variety of objectives. Well, this could be a great way to get focused and accomplish that in a very short amount of time. I get that it's designed for someone wanting to play a quick round while they wait for the train or in between classes, but one thing this team is passionate about is new player onboarding, and Siege has always needed a deeper strategy for that. And so we spent a lot of time with this, but I think there are some gems here. So yeah, next up, Year 7 Season 2. Year 7 started with one of the biggest seasons to date, and Azami is strong, but tell me, what is next? Well, one thing to look forward to is free loot. In Year 7 Season 2, any player that reports bugs or exploits to R6 Fix will get free alpha packs depending on how serious the issue is. I can't tell you guys how many times I see people talking about the stuff they see on Twitter or YouTube comments, but never get rewarded for it. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it to R6 Fix, and you could get as many as 12 free alpha packs with guaranteed epic and legendary loot. It actually started this season, but packs are being delivered to players starting in Year 7 Season 2, and so there's still plenty of time to get involved. And we now know exactly when we'll get the Season 2 reveal and see the next operator. The 6th Major has been announced, and it's taking place on May 16th through May 22nd in Charlotte, North Carolina, and for the first time in 3 years, it'll be open to the public. This is a huge deal because fans will finally be able to cheer on their favorite orgs and be there live when they roll out the red carpet for the Year 7 Season 2 reveal. The exact date is still at large, but every year at the Major, they announce the next season, and this next season is coming with some heavy-hitting updates. For starters, the Season 2 operator is from Belgium, and it's almost a guarantee that this operator is an attacker, considering the last 2 operators have been on defense. The other huge update is that the shooting range is being added to Siege. You'll be placed in a non-lethal environment and be able to fire off whatever weapons you want and test out the recoil without the threat of a typical round. It'll also be the season we get operator tips. This is the biggest push, I think, ever to get new players familiar with the operators in the game. Every single operator will have tips, how-tos, and best practices to help teach new players what they do and how they work. And it'll also be phase 1 of the reputation system, which will finally show players the kind of people they're matching with. Now, there will be a new map, but it will only release in Team Deathmatch, and so Emerald Plains will still be the latest offering. It's going to be a stacked season with tons of quality of life stuff on top of a brand new attacker. Next up, for those on PlayStation 5, Rainbow Six Siege is on the official support list for games with VRR, which is a brand new feature on the console. VRR stands for Variable Refresh Rate and dynamically changes frame rates to help create a smoother and sometimes faster image. A lot of the games on the supported list have actually seen an increase in frame rate, but because Siege already supports the maximum 120 frames, VRR will make the image smoother and you'll also experience less screen tear. Basically, the game looks better than ever. However, you will need a TV or monitor that supports VRR and the correct HDMI 2.1 cable to get the full effect. And last up, guys, the Rengoku Event. It's a brand new event in Rainbow Six Siege that mixes TDM and a control-like game mode where operators are done up in samurai gear. You capture altars, and every operator is equipped with shotguns, and for secondaries, you get kunai knives, which is a fun mechanic, and of course, the team with the most points wins. So far, it's been received pretty well here, and I think the kunai knives are an interesting way to spice up the combat, and one of the best event mechanics in a while for Rainbow Six Siege. And if you want to know who the 5 best defenders are, click on the video to the right. And if you want to know who the 5 best attackers are, click on the video to the left. The choice is yours. Hey, I'm out.